All right, greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Sweetest Jeff, 2025. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is doing well. It's been a minute, as they say, since the last video, which is obviously not the last video. Hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to come on here to just talk for a few minutes here. This is a little chat. Sorry there is no gameplay tonight, but I have been playing quite a few games recently, primarily of the APBA variety, the APBA baseball and the football. And I wanted to talk to you about something that happened to me last weekend because I had an epiphany. So I'm playing the APBA football game, and I'm playing the 1981 season here, week 1, and so far I have played about 3 or 4 games. I played the Vikings and the Buccaneers, which was the very first game that season, which was a Saturday night game. And the score was almost identical to the real life game. And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And then I played the Baltimore Colts and the New England Patriots. And these are two teams that were, for lack of a better word, terrible in 1981. Both of these two teams finished 2-14. And in real life, the Colts won the game. I think it was like 29-28. And the New England Patriots lost that game. But in my game, the Patriots absolutely destroyed the Colts. It was like 40-19. And all I can say is the best way to describe this game for the Colts was Murphy's Law. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. They could not pass. They could not run the football. They could not. If they ran the football, they fumbled it. If they passed, they got intercepted. Even on the kickoff returns, they were fumbling them. And they were getting penalties. And the Baltimore Colts 1981 defense was the worst in the NFL. They gave up over 500 points. And New England just took advantage. And the Patriots won the game. So that was definitely a lot different than the real life results. So then I played the Cowboys and the Redskins, and Dallas won. I think it was like 34-24. Dallas did win the real life game, although it was a closer game. It was like 27-21, I think or like 27-17. But a very good game and lots of fun. Obviously, the rivalry between the two teams, Dallas and Washington. And then the most recent game I played was the Seattle Seahawks and the Cincinnati Bengals. I wanted to play the Bengals on the table, and Kenny Anderson was the MVP that year, their quarterback. And that was a very good game. And Cincinnati ended up winning, I think it was like 27-21. And Seattle was coming back, and they actually had the ball on the 1-yard line. And they tried to get in there, and they just could not do it. And Cincinnati won the game. And that was a lot of fun. So, here's my epiphany. I'm playing these games, and I'm having so much fun playing APBA football. I'm having so much fun. And the baseball game, too, which I have not gotten to yet. I'm playing the 81 season for the Master game. And I'm playing both of these games. And it suddenly hits me, I'm having so much fun. Because I've planned on setting a goal for when I will finish. Oh, I want to have this done by October for the baseball. I want to have the football done by next year, by January or February. And I'm sitting there going, why do you need to have a deadline? This is not a term paper. You're having so much fun. I'm having this conversation in my head with myself, and you're having so much fun with this. Why do you have to have a deadline? Why not just have fun and just play the games and not worry about, oh, I have to have it done by a certain time or a certain day. Just have fun and play the games. And if you're having so much fun playing these seasons, why not play 87 for the baseball, which I have, or 94, which I haven't really gotten to yet, or 85. I do want to get to 85 for the football in the fall. And I did plan on beginning that in September with the real life season because it's the 40th anniversary of that season. But I just kept thinking, like, I've had this plan, like, okay, I'm going to start this project. And I mean, I definitely don't want to play 5 years. And I've read on message boards and I've seen other videos made where people said, yeah, I finally got done with my 1978 replay and it's taken me 5 years. And I'm going, oh my goodness, 5 years. I mean, you should get a medal or a badge for that. That's incredible to be playing that. That's dedication, my friend. And I don't want to spend half a decade playing one season, but at the same time, it's like, why am I putting a deadline here? Like, why not just have fun and just enjoy it? Enjoy the ride, So that's what I'm going to do, is just enjoy the ride and play the games and enjoy them. And yes, I do want to get them done at a certain point, but it'll happen. I believe it will happen. And so that's what I've been doing and playing the 81 season for the baseball. And I have to say, well, I don't have to say it, but I choose to say it, that starting the season for baseball from opening day and going through the months of April, May, June, like starting the season and going through the season, it really does work better. The flow really does work. And the same thing with football too. Well, I have an interesting story about the football. So I'm playing the Bengals game, and what I do when I play the football game and the baseball is I look at Baseball Reference and I look at Football Reference to see who's in the game. Now for the baseball, what I do when I write my score sheets is I make out the lineups as they were, and I write down like who's the pitcher, and I write down who came out of the bullpen for those games, who came off the bench. That doesn't necessarily mean I will use them, but it gives me a good indicator of, okay, who played the game. So when I get finished at the end of the season, it should mirror what their real life stats were. Okay? When it comes to football, I don't have the injuries on, and thank goodness I don't have the injuries, because the last game, not the last game, but the game between the Patriots and the Colts, it would have been like half the team would have been on the bench. It was just like, or out for the rest of the game. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was nasty weather. I don't know. But what I do is I look at the games to see who was injured. For example, if I'm playing the 1985 infamous Monday Night Football game where Joe Theismann suffered that gruesome injury, I want to put Jay Schrader in the game. And I know that that's going to be Joe Theismann's last game, unfortunately. So I'm not going to leave Theismann in there throughout the game and then have him play the rest of the season, because that did not happen. You could if you wanted to, and you certainly have that right to do, but I don't want to do that. It just doesn't work for me in my replay. So I looked at the Bengals Seahawks game, and Ken Anderson actually got pulled from that game. And like he had an injury, and they took him out and they put Turk Schoner in there, the backup. And Turk Schoner did a very good job in real life, and he did a very good job in my game. So I thought that was really cool that it mirrored real life, and it was just so much fun to play Although I was a little disappointed that Ken Anderson didn't get to play very much because he is rated a 5 on a scale from 1 to 5. He was the MVP that year. So it was a lot of fun to play, and I'm just having so much fun coming up on the 1 year anniversary of when I started playing APBA again. And one of the things that I'm going to probably wind up doing is my first reaction video that I've ever done on my channel is a reaction to my first unboxing from last year, which is going to be both painful and hilarious to watch. And I'll be watching that and probably going, oh my goodness, what were you thinking, several times. But I will be doing that coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But I got to tell you that it is so much fun being able to play these games and to go back and revisit and to familiarize yourself with a lot of these players and teams that you might have grown up with but may not have known so well. Like 81, I vaguely remember, but now I'm getting more familiar with it. And one of the things that I know that a lot of people in the community do this, and I do too, is to kind of prepare myself is to watch the games, the old games on YouTube, if you can find them. Granted, the quality is not high definition, but if you can watch those games and kind of get a little bit of a familiarity with them, go, okay, this is how they ran their offense. This is how they ran their defense. This is how they played here with a very aggressive type of offense where they like to run and steal and hit and run versus playing station to station or whatever it was. And it's just been so much fun. It really is so much fun. I hate to be, repetitious here, but more fun than I thought I would have is how I would describe, the cards and dice journey, the rediscovery, if you will. And sorry, don't mean to belch. But yeah, it's just been so much fun to do this and to be able to share this with all of you and everyone in the community and watch videos from other people is just great. And the last thing that I want to say here is that I was just watching Dave Gardner's video where he was talking about one of the community members asked, do you think that this industry will be extinct in 5 years? My answer to that question is no. And the reason why is because I believe that everything is cyclical. There was a time not that long ago when vinyl was considered dead. Nobody buys records anymore. No one buys vinyl. And now vinyl is back in a big way. And, drive-in movie theaters were a thing of the past, and then they came back again. A lot of fashions, they come back in again. A lot of styles of movies and television series, they come back again. Everything is cyclical. And there are, as Dave said, so many games, like 100 games out there. And if nobody was buying them, nobody would be making them. So I believe that this industry will be around in 5 years and it will be even better. And just like younger generations are discovering and rediscovering vinyl, physical media, don't believe everything the media says. Don't believe a lot of stuff which is, oh, this is dead, that is dead. It is until it's no longer dead and it comes back again, Remember the early 90s when a lot of these psychological thrillers were coming out? What was the one? The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Basic Instinct, Single White Female, a lot of these films. And scary movies or the horror films were basically gone. no one wants to see scary movies anymore. They're dead. Nobody cares. And then this movie Scream comes out in 1996. And all of a sudden, scary movies come back again. Everything is cyclical. Everything revolves around. So, yeah, I definitely think that the business will still be around in 5 years. And as long as people keep making games and people keep playing them, yeah, things are going to go well. All I know is that for me, I am having a lot of fun and I'm enjoying myself. And obviously you all are too, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So those are my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. I hope everyone is doing well and has a wonderful evening. I will see you soon.